Hey guys, Monkey here bringing you a well-requested tutorial on WorldEdit and WorldGuard. Because these two plugins are very complicated and take a lot of explaining to kind of get the full detail down with them, I'm going to split this tutorial up into two parts. Today I will go over WorldGuard and tomorrow I will go over WorldEdit. So anyway guys, let's go and get started. To save time, I'm not going to go, actually I guess I have to because I need to show you a few things. I'm just going to show you these things. I already have the plugins downloaded and set up for my server, but I'm going to go over the config file for WorldGuard with you, and I'm going to go over how to protect things in WorldGuard with you. Alright, so anyway, WorldGuard. Alright, I downloaded it, but here's where you download it right here. Go ahead and download this too. This is important. It will give you all the flags and whatnot, and it's pretty important. If you want the permissions nodes, go here, and pretty much that's all you really need on this page. Voice crack. Requirements: WorldEdit. You must have WorldEdit in order to protect things. If you just want WorldGuard for the little silly little add-ons for it, go for it. But I mean, most people are wanting it for the guarding part, and you need WorldEdit for this. So go ahead and download WorldEdit. Go ahead and download these because these normally will help a lot of people. Mainly this one, but you can go in and download this one too. They're just little PDFs. They're not that big a deal. So anyway, once you have those downloaded, go ahead and go to your server, put them in the plugins folder, run the server, then you can stop the server or keep it running, up to you, and go ahead and go into the folders. So since we're doing WorldGuard today, I'll go to the WorldGuard folder. Here is just a permissions page that WorldGuard provides. If you have permissions, you do not need this. But if you don't have permissions, you can set the WorldGuard permissions up here. So anyway, okay. Now if you want to change a config file for a certain world, you can do that, and you can click on the world you want to change. So I'm going to change my main world, for example, here. Blacklisting is pretty much, it explains it a lot on this page, but say you don't want like lava to be able to be dropped, or you don't want, or dropped or used, and you don't want water to be used, or fire or something, you can blacklist those items and get them off your server pretty much. Config file, that's what I'm going to go over now. It gives you a little bit of an explanation here if you want to read that. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and go over these real quick. Summary on start is where you will have a message in your console as you're starting up the server that'll give you a little brief overview of WorldGuard and what's up with it. It's pumpkin scuba. If you have a pumpkin on your head, you can breathe underwater. Protection, item durability. I believe that's just if you have protection on an area, you want items not to be broken, that's deal with that. Remove infinite stacks. If you don't want people having an infinite stack of items, say like, I don't know, Apple or blah blah blah, I don't know, or maybe it's like you can't like spawn yourself infinite amount of items or something like that, then you can turn that off or on. And then sponge is actually a cool one. If you put sponge in water, it will actually soak up water in a certain radius. You can change that radius, as you can see, and you can also activate it with redstone if you choose. Physics, if you do not want gravel and sand to fall, go ahead and turn these on because no physics. Allow portal anywhere, actually not really sure what this does. I might have something to do with like the nether, but I'm not going to really go into that. I don't want to get you guys the wrong information on that one. Disable water damage, so on certain blocks, so say you didn't want water to hurt torches, go ahead, since the torch item ID is 50, and I'll put that in that little brackets here, and now torches will not be hurt by water and they won't be destroyed. Ignition, okay, block TNT, most people have that on, but I run a grief server, so I turn that off. Same with lighters here. Fire, all fire spread off. You can or disable all fire spread. I have it off because, again, grief server, but if you don't want it, turn it on. Disable fire spread on blocks. This means just like the water one up here. You type in the number, so like wood is like, I don't know, 17, then it will disable fire spread on that block. Same here as above, lava, fire spread, and then lava spread on blocks. Weather, I actually have, before I go over this section, I actually have an older version of WorldGuard. Excuse me, guys, I have a cold. Excuse me. I have a older version of WorldGuard, as I was saying, and these actually may work for the latest version, but for me it doesn't. But it just says here the following won't work. So if that's not there for you, they will work, but just ignore that for me right now. Disable lightning strikes on fire, or lightning strike fire. So if you don't want lightning to strike and catch fire on something, you can turn that on. Here's again with the certain blocks. So again, 17 if you don't want fire or lightning to start a fire on wood or a log, the unrefined wood. Mobs, alright, so block creeper explosions, on, off, whatever you choose. Block creeper block damage, meaning the blocks won't blow up. So creeper explosion, don't you know the little explosion part? That's what you disable there, and then the block damage is where you disable the blocks from getting hurt, so the blocks won't get broken if a creeper explodes on them. Block creature spawn, that is where you can put in the block number, and those mobs can't spawn on that block. Alright, anti-wolf dumbness, this is where in the case of you having a wolf on your tail, your friendly wolf, and you go by a lake or something, he jumps in the lake and drowns like an idiot, that will prevent this dumbness from happening. Spawn login protections, I believe that is where if they spawn the 3 block radius around them, they cannot destroy. Spawn protection is where anyone in the spawn area cannot break those blocks because those blocks are protected by the spawn protection. Alright, kick on death, if they die, they'll be kicked. I don't see why you would do that, but whatever. Exact respawn is where if you have a set spawn point, it will spawn them directly on that spawn point, not around the spawn point. Teleport to home on death means if they die and they have a set home, then they will automatically go to their home rather than the main spawn point. Player damage, these are all pretty self-explanatory, on-off situation. Regions, this is actually the main thing of WorldGuard, so go ahead and enable that. The wand, or the thing you will be using, is 278, or the wooden axe, so go ahead and keep that. That's what I use. Max claim volume, this is just the amount of blocks you can protect in a region. I put it on 1,000,000 just so I have unlimited amount of protection, but say you wanted to give other people on your server the opportunity to protect their own things, you can lower that to a maximum volume amount so they can't protect like the whole world or something, you know what I'm saying? Claim only inside existing regions, so say this is pretty self-explanatory. If you have a region, you can only claim inside that region. I don't do that, but whatever. Max region count, this is just the amount of regions a player can have. And high frequency flags, turn these on because these are the flags that are like water spread, disable, turn on, fire spread, lava spread. Go and turn this frequency flags on, trust me, you'll want it. Economy, if you have economy, this is where you could purchase land, kind of a cool feature. If you have economy, I suggest it. Chest protection, if you don't have a chest protection plugin already, you can try this. I have not tried this because I have LWC, but if you want to try it, be my guest. Crops, this is where you can protect the fact of them getting trampled by mobs or other players. Blacklist, like I said before, and then you have your database, which is the MySQL, and then you can put in your information here. So anyway, guys, that is that. Regions YML, I do not believe this really matters. No, it doesn't. This is just when you make a region in your server, it will list the regions out here. Then you can have like players, say you want players to be able to build there, you can edit that. But you can also do that in game, which is what I do, so I don't even really touch the regions.yml at all. So anyway, we're done with that. I'm gonna go ahead and get on the server here. This is actually my main server that we're working on now, and I'm running it on my computer because I still have the other old server on my dedicated host. So there will be a person in here, I think, that'll help us out with this. I'm just gonna do a little tutorial on protecting a region. Alright, so let me go ahead and get him over here. Alright, let me de-op him because I have the config file that ops are allowed to have the WorldGuard commands. So let me de-op him. Alright, so now say I wanted to protect these 4 blocks here. I'm going to go to the left corner here. Don't break it yet. Not yet. Not yet. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and protect this corner over here, and then go to the opposite side corner, farthest up or down, whatever it is, and click on that for the second point. And just to let you know, left click is first position, right click is second position. Alright, now you're going to type in region, claim, and then name it. I'm going to name it example. I believe I already have an example set, so I'm going to name it example 1. Alright, so now that region is saved, it automatically defaults to the fact that they cannot destroy. Alright, so these blocks cannot be destroyed by another player unless you give them permission to. And you can find those all the commands for WorldGuard and WorldEdit on the page that I show you. I'm not going to go over every single command. It's a lot of stuff, and like I said, I only have a certain amount of time on this. Like 15 minutes is the max I'm going to go to. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tell him to break. So he's going to try and break these blocks for me, and it doesn't appear that he can. So anyway, he cannot destroy these. So but he can still destroy the blocks under. I can let him go now. Hold on, guys. Alright. Everyone say thank you to random words. Alright, so like I was saying, you can still build and destroy under and above. So say you wanted to protect the region under and above. So let's go ahead and type in expand / expand, and let's go 10 up. So now 10 layers up from this bottom block here will be protected. Alright, and same thing for down. So expand 10 down. So now 10 blocks below or 10 layers below are protected. It will actually say how many blocks are protected. 40 total blocks are protected. Alright, so now just to give you an idea, glass, so / set glass, this will replace all blocks in that region with the block that you set. I set glass, and here's just a simple command for WorldGuard there, heal. So anyway, now 10 blocks below the region, or the point that I set, and 10 blocks above the region, or 10 layers, excuse me, are protected. So now let's go ahead and set that with air. Oops, no, you don't do that, you do set air. Alright, so now that that's done, let me just replace this with sand. So here you go, I got the top right corner here with my first point, and the bottom left corner down there with the second point. So now I do / set sand, and it will put in all the sand back in. Cool, huh? Alright, so that is about it for the basics of WorldGuard, guys. I hope this helped you out, and like I said, go to the commands reference pages found on the links can be found on the plugins page of WorldGuard. WorldEdit tomorrow, guys. And before I go, I'm going to let you know that I will no longer be supporting comments on my videos. If you really need help, if it's an easy question, I'll answer it. But if it's like, do this for me, help me with this, blah, 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 and you're trying to send me files and stuff, send me a personal message on YouTube or email me zmam1227@yahoo.com, or you can add my Skype, DONUTZ-donuts, alright? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll be back tomorrow with WorldEdit. See ya.